driving shoes. Driving shoes. It's 5:30 in the morning. That can only mean one thing. Actually, that's not true. I wake up this early every day. It's a track day though. Let's go pick out our chariot. My white girl is showing. We'll ignore that too. Everybody's got to have a little pumpkin spice. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got to work with. Got our Go Juice. This could be an option. Nope. That's going up in value too much. We can't wreck her. What else we got? What else we got? What's up, Murph? This could be an option. Nope, also broke. Yep, she's broke. You could be great. But it's not a motorcycle track day. Too small, although hella fun. No, you've been in pieces for years. What do we do about this?
Story time!
All right. We are on our way once again to Roebling Road. I felt like if I was going to drive the Zenos, as you've probably already guessed from the title, to the track, or excuse me, take the Zenos to the track, I wanted to do a shakedown first at a familiar location. I almost took it last weekend to Atlanta Motorsports Park, but that was my first time on that track. They call it the roller coaster for a reason. A lot of elevation change. It probably would have been a perfect car actually for that track, but not a whole lot of runoff in some of the corners. And I really just want to get a feel for it at a track that I'm familiar with. So I'm headed to the shop right now to pick her up. Little disappointed in the prep work, to be quite honest. They've had it about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and did not get everything done that I had asked. Not entirely their fault. I asked them to pretty much change all of the fluids. They found a coolant leak. In, I think, the central lines, they were saying, running from the back to the front. Apparently they repaired that this morning with some sealant. I hope it sets in time and they bled the system. That's concern number one. Concern number two, the alignment is not fully in spec. They didn't realize that these cars, nor did I, so it's my own fault as well, that these cars didn't have what I believe are called centric bolts. The bolt with the washer and hash marks. You can only align the rear with shims, so anyone that's looking into a Zenos, keep that in mind. Not every shop's going to be able to do that. The front alignment is based on the steering rack. So if you're looking for specific camber toe adjustments, it's tedious work, and I just don't think they planned for that and therefore didn't have enough time to get it done correctly. Ride height, same thing, not set perfectly. They don't have me in the car or the weight, and with the shims, it's gonna just take more effort, more work. So it's gotta be better than what it was. I can't imagine that it wasn't, because there wasn't a single shim in it. So who knows what the alignment looked like previously. And I'm just gonna do a shakedown today of the car. So obviously I'm not going for the world's fastest lap. I'm not going for a personal best. I'm just going out to see what the car feels like. So I hope she runs smoothly. I do have slicks at home in the garage. You might have seen earlier in the video. I'm not taking those either. I'm just taking my 100 treadwear Toyo Proxy Triple R's, and we're gonna give it our all. Just see how she does. By all, I mean we're gonna half-ass this all day. So bear with me. Hopefully I can get some good footage. Oh, another announcement. I just bought a brand new GoPro Hero 12. So I'm excited to see what kind of footage we can get from that. But a lot of new things, new car, new parts, new camera. And yeah, test number 1. Here we go. Alright, so I just picked up the Zenos. We had her up on a lift for a second, and I would have loved to have taken some footage because it's pretty neat. Everything's accessible, albeit there's a flat floor down the middle, which is also pretty cool. But we're rushing to make it to the track before they open up. We're already late by about an hour, so yeah, so far so good. We'll see how she does. So the odd thing here, as I'm coasting to a stop, is that you can see I throw on my hazard lights, and last time this happened, I had no hazards. I had no battery function whatsoever. So it's almost like it disengaged, but it still had enough power to light those up. Something doesn't make sense here. Probably just witnessed on the GoPro is this damn master kill switch cutting in and out. Like the relay is not consistent, and when that thing clicks, the battery goes dead. So I just lost all power. Luckily she did start right back up, but I don't know exactly what caused that button to click off. If it's vibration, I guarantee that's going to happen on the track. So I guess we'll see. One step at a time. Today was all about the shakedown, and that's what we're here to find out. And if that's the first issue that presents itself, which I already knew about, it's one more that we need to fix. So here we're pulling up to the entrance of Roebling Road, for those of you that haven't been. It's a fantastic track, a lot of fast sweepers, originally designed for motorcycles, and can be seen on a lot of old Motor Trend videos. But this is where you check in, get your wristband. Unfortunately, the track does not have any ability to pass into the infield without stopping on-track activity. Beyond that, honestly, the only downside to Roebling is there's no real place for spectators to view the full track very well. There is a lot of mobility on the infield where you can go to various turns and see from a fair distance, but nothing like Road Atlanta, Atlanta Motorsports Park, anything like that that has somewhat of a grandstand, if you will. All right, so I just got done with my first maybe 6 laps, I believe, in the Zenos. First time on track. It's very strange. I feel like I've never done this before. Whole new experience. Didn't even check the tire pressures. Luckily I had my Hans device on and helmet, so that's a good start, I suppose. But very, very different experience from what I'm used to, the RX-7 and RX-8. Obviously this has a lot shorter wheelbase, so I'm getting used to the feel of the car. It's significantly lighter, which is a good thing, certainly. Couple call outs that I'll need to adjust probably moving forward is the position of the pedals. So right now the gas pedal is higher than the brake and clutch, and so what's happening is I am almost completely unable to heel toe. I can't use my heel at all. I can either roll on potentially or blip the throttle, but I have no heel toe. Also, I'm not sure what brakes are on this at the moment, but just like the forums say, they were improving with each lap as they got hotter. So I'm excited to see after I put in, you know, a set of 12, 15 laps, what that feels like. Right now, there's just not a lot of confidence when you initially brake. I want some more bite, and truthfully, we just ordered some custom pads by Carbotech, because that's what I'm used to, and that's what I seem to prefer. So all in all, short wheelbase, pedal adjustment, tire pressures are now set correctly, so we'll see how she performs. And then just initial brakes, or excuse me, initial bite on the brakes. So I'll update you after I do a series of 10 to 12 laps and see if those brakes get any better. But there she is. Hot off track. You can see as I'm coming down the front straight and increased speed how much lift is on the car. The steering wheel starts to shudder quite a bit, and I'm not hitting the speeds that I should be. You mofo. Come on, you bastard. There we go. Jesus. All right, so let's talk about a few things. I've probably done, I don't know, I'm gonna say 30 to 40-ish laps today. Maybe that's a bit higher, not too sure. And I have a few thoughts. So first, the car's got a lot of potential. I think there's no way it won't be quicker than any of the two Mazdas that I own. I think the suspension needs some work. I'm feeling bumps in the track that I've never felt before, and I've been driving this track for 3-4 years now. It's just a lot stiffer, less compliant, which is upsetting the car, but a lot of the car being upset is due to the alignment. I definitely don't have enough camber in the front two wheels. That's evident. Certain corners, the rear end is stepping out more than I would like. Although it is controllable. Honestly, I thought if the rear end stepped out on this car, all bets were lost, especially with my driving skills. So that's a positive sign. The mirrors, I'm throwing those in the ocean. They're trash. Maybe if they were brand new, it'd be a different story, but not only is the ball pivoting at the bottom of the post, but the mirror itself is also pivoting. It's just not gonna work. I would love to keep that style of mirror, or find something that'll clip to the top of the windshield maybe, without damaging or scratching the windshield itself. That would be ideal, I think. Brakes, they got better with heat and they do stop the car, but there is no initial bite. There's not much feel. I didn't once lock them up except for when I intended to, just to feel where that lock pressure was, that lock zone. Steering, okay. You know, honestly, for those of you that own one, you know this, but for those that know nothing about these cars, it's got power nothing. No power steering, no assisted brakes, no ABS, nothing. It's bare bones. And on that front, I love it. I mean, you don't have to worry about turning stuff off or modulating where a certain point is, or adjusting this or that. You just hop in and go. No pre-mixing fuel, freaking awesome. No having to top off oil because rotaries obviously drink it for fun. Awesome. And that's about it. Oh, last thing. I never thought in my life when I bought this car that aero would be the big deal. Looking online for people that track these regularly, and I think I've seen some photos of the team that races a Zenos, although maybe I haven't seen their particular race car. None of them have any aero on it, but this thing is desperate for aero. On the front straight, you feel the whole body lift. I'm topping out at like 131, 132. And although I'm not coming out of the last corner as fast as I probably would in another vehicle because I'm still learning it, I can do better than that in my RX-7. And the RX-8 is close, so that's disappointing. The front end needs to stay planted and it's just not. So I think a splitter is in order. I would love some ventilation in the hood and the fenders to hold that front end down. I don't know if I want to chop up one of 15 or one of one in the country like that. That seems foolish, so I gotta think through things there. I think a spoiler would be fantastic if I can mount it to the chassis and not damage the bodywork, but again, the front would have to compensate. So that's big, that's needed. So first order of business, dial in the alignment, shim the shit out of it. They're still working on it. Corner balance, corner weight it, obviously, and get these new brake pads that we're having custom built by, oh God, who do I always use? Carbotech. get the Carbotech pads until I get the new brakes from 24/7 Motorsports that are apparently done. I'm just trying to get them to respond so I can get those shipped out, along with the charge cooler and a variety of other bits. As far as the LSD is concerned, I'm not pushing it hard enough yet, I think, to really justify or need one. When these were released, the factory said, in fact, they do not need one. Everybody else that regularly races and tracks these says the contrary, but as of right now, I feel okay without it. That wouldn't be on the top of my list. It will be needed certainly down the road as I pick up pace, but overall, I think aero is critical and brakes are critical. So that's where I stand. Love the car. Looks slick. Everybody comes up and checks it out. Never seen one, never heard of one. It has a lot of potential. It's going to be quick. We just got to do some fine tuning. But if anyone has suggestions around mirrors, especially in the Zeno world, I am all ears because these are garbage. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and hopefully we'll have some more coming out soon. All right, I forgot to mention one critical aspect about driving this vehicle that I never necessarily believed in before, although obviously it makes sense that people would do this. Let me show you. Driving shoes. Driving shoes. These have made all the difference on this tight pedal box. I've never used them in the past. My other cars I could drive just fine in tennis shoes, although it's not probably the best setup. But with this car, the pedal box is so tight, I figured it was worth the investment so that I could get full feel and grip on these pedals and really dance around between the three. I have size 13 to 14 feet, depending on the brand, and these are a must-have. So if you don't any driving shoes, go get you some. Well worth the ticket.
Yeah.